Worshipped from every direction, Brazil are the coolest kids in school. But it's surprising how much time they spent fighting and failing like playground bullies. Their first international was in 1914 against the mighty Exeter City, and they thrashed that assortment of miners and farmers 2-0. Glowing with pride, they signed up for the first World Cup, but it was F's all round for the Samba Princes. They didn't even make it past the groups. Come the next World Cup in Italy, a dispute between Brazil's two FAs meant that half the best players didn't even get on the boat. Spain swiftly demolished what was left of their team, and it was a long walk up the gangplank home. 1938 saw their first minor taste of success, but then, by 1950, everything looked poised for Brazilian brilliance. Home turf, no boat trips, a series of ridiculous wins. But in the World Cup decider, Uruguay beat them 2-1. A childish Brazil labelled their goalie a jinx and banned him from even commentating on games. Humiliated by their rivals, Brazil then had a national competition to find themselves a new strip. But come the next cup, it was still a little schoolyard for the Samba bullies. Their quarter-final match against Hungary saw more casualties than a Year 11 pile-on. After the game, a bitter Brazil raided Hungary's changing rooms to really finish them off. But as the 1950s edged sadly out of the door, an era began that could match all the pomp and splendour of Brazil's new kid. With the help of heroes like Pelé and Garrincha, they won 3 out of the next 4 World Cups. The rest of the 70s saw them kept from the final by Holland and then Argentina. But in the 1980s, Socrates, the coolest kid in school, ushered in an era of booze, revolt and smoking behind the bike sheds. Brazil played beautifully in 82 and 86, but after losing to their neighbours again, effortless cool was traded in for plodding success. A dull bunch took the World Cup in 1994 by winning on penalties after a 0-0 draw. Luckily, one player who'd read the memo on Samba football showed up to drag the boys through to the final of the next cup. As a reward, he was told to play just hours after suffering a seizure, and Brazil lost 3-0. Ever sporting in defeat, they launched a government inquiry into what had gone wrong. All that soul-searching paid off though, and a ravenous Ronaldo wolfed down the next World Cup in 2002. Since then, Brazil have gone hungry in their last 2 outings. But this year, back in their own playground, can the Seleção take the cup and save themselves the sulks, name-calling and shooings of the morning after? Just like cream teas and moaning, England brought football to the world and played in the first official international match in 1872.